Hi everyone, welcome back. My goal for this project is to make a wood katana as close as possible as a real one. To get the katana length, I took the distance between the floor and my hand and added the length of my forearm, and as my brother is taller than me, I added a few centimeters. I didn't know what kind of wood this reclaimed bin is, so I took a picture and asked the Facebook group, and the answer was bullet wood or masaran Tuba. This wood is often used for flooring and decking because it's strong and durable. I then made 2 marks close to the center and mixed epoxy with black pigment and then start cutting. I mixed the epoxy first so it had time to start curing and be less fluid for the glue up. I then start cutting the 2 lines to make the Hammond line. Wait, let's stop for a second to explain what the hell I am doing. So this is the blade and the top we just cut. Here you see the 2 epoxy lines we are making, and then when we shape the blade, they will appear and make the Hammond line. Now after the project is done, I realized I could just have cut 1 line perpendicularly and it would have worked just the same.
It's not thick enough, I'll just wait a little bit more.
It took more or less 3 days for the epoxy to cure. Once cured, I planed the top so I can glue back the top piece and hide the epoxy black lines. After cleaning the blade sides as well, I made a rough drawing of the blade shape and then went to the bandsaw. I checked if the dimensions were right. I then removed the cut marks with a spoke shape. And then marked the center at each end of the blade, and then use laser to trace the center of the blade. I also marked the blade with some reference lines and then went on shaping it. You can see here the Hammond line revealing itself. I had some tear out where the wood was really thin above the epoxy, so I mixed some quick cure epoxy to fill them up. After a quick sanding, I cleaned the blade and applied an ebonizing solution. It will react with the tan of the wood and darken them. This is how it looked 1 minute after the reaction started, and this is the result after a night. I used steel wool to remove some of it because I wanted to keep the red color. I applied sanding sealer and then finished the blade with hard oil. The handle will be made out of mahogany, black locust and hazel. I cleaned the base of the blade. Here you can see the tongue is a bit off center, but it will be hidden, so that's fine. It took several tries to have a good fit, but I eventually managed to have a good fit. I made this template from a picture I found online. It's a red panda because my brother loved them. I cleaned the saw marks with a block plane and then proceed to make it fit the tongue. Now that I have the guard fitted, I can work on the spacers made of hazel. I wanted to use black locust for the handle, but you'll see it was a bad choice. I don't know why, but it was the second time in a month I broke a blade cutting black locust. And I wanted the blank to be cut so I could work on the handle during the night. So I went to the table saw, but it didn't go as expected as well. I made a new plate from a piece of flooring and finished the cut of camera. After planing one side flat and cutting the blanks to size, I marked the tongue on one half of the handle. I finally got a chance to use my new toy I got last Christmas, and I absolutely love this router. Then I used a chisel to clean the slot and made sure the tongue would fit. The plan here was to use some wax so I could remove the blade, but it got stuck a little bit. While shaping the handle, I cracked it, so I glued it back and left it in clumps for a few hours. I first tried to carve directly on the paper, but it was still out, so I marked all the lines with my maker knife first. I wanted some part to be darker, so I used some black tea to add tannin, and then treated it with ebonizing solution. I needed a way to fit the Kashira on the handle, so I made a mortise and tenon kind of thing using this plug cutter bit. When I researched about katanas, I saw they use stingray leather on the handle, so I got myself a piece, and it was really hard to cut and weird to work with. I wasn't sure what to use to glue the leather in place, so I went for contact glue and it worked perfectly. Then I did the warping. It took some tries and errors, but I watched few tutorials on YouTube and eventually made it. Also, it was 2 AM and it was the day I was supposed to offer the katana. So, yeah. There was a little bit of play on the handle, so I blended on some popsicle sticks and glued them on the tongue to assure a perfect fit. I drilled just next to the mark, so when I'll put the dowel in place, it will tighten everything very tight. I think my brother loved it, and he even 3D printed a support from a phosphorescent filament, and it looks awesome. I hope you liked this video. It was a big challenge with a lot of new techniques for me. I had a lot of fun even if I had to rush it and work late at night a lot. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. You can support me and find where to follow me on the link tree in the middle of the screen. Have a nice one and I'll see you soon. Bye.